Hi, I'm Nicholas Woolwork, globally published author of Investing in International Real Estate for Dummies, the famous For Dummies self-help guide. And I'm here today on one of my client sites, one of my mentee client sites, a massive 30,000 square foot office to residential scheme you can see behind me. This building is shortly going to get wrapped. So we've done some incidental shots today on the camera of this big ugly duckling. But it's going to get wrapped. A number of the windows are going to get filled with wrapping so that they're perforated, you can see out but not in, and it'll make the less windows, so it'll look less office-like. You're going to have these awesome 3D patterns down it. It's going to be fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to showing you that on the next update. So stay tuned, hit the bell icon to be notified after you've subscribed to the channel, and that will show you when we post new videos. So when you see the biggest residential, arguably the biggest, I've not seen another, if you've seen another, let me know, residential property in the UK that's been wrapped, 70 grand's worth of wrapping going into this building, please let me know. But I'm very excited. If you want to see that, hit the notification item. So we're on site today. This behind me is the substation that we've had installed, and there was a massive infill of concrete that has happened all the way backfilled into the building, and all the electrics go in over here. I'm going to switch you guys over to my crew over here, who are very kindly here to help me do a bit of a better job than my phone. And so, yeah, we've got the substation's been finished. This is just a bit of a quick update video today because a lot of the rooms are shut, actually. I would say 90% of the rooms on the top floor, that's about best part of 20 units, have got the doors locked. That means they've been finished, maybe minor snagging and a redecoration just to go on, but they've been first fix of cleaning as well. So the first builder's clean's been done. So there'll be fine little touch-ups and then, away. They get locked because we don't want damage. We've got expensive doors on the units now. The kitchens are in place. All the fixtures and fittings are in place. And if damage occurs, you're never going to know who it is. There's tens of people, up to 50, 60 people on site at times. There's a little bit less today, as you see as you go around, because the flooring guys are in on the whole ground floor, which means not like the other trades can be in because it's latex and then all glued down in place. We've got some very high quality sort of LVT kind of flooring going down, the Cardine type stuff, which looks really, really good. It's a really nice high-end version, better than a laminate or something like that. So yeah, I guess I want to get you guys over here, if I may, and show you, walk around these big steels on the floor. This is the wrap that's going on I've just talked about, which is hugely exciting. We've got all this paving going in at the side. There was massive holes and trenches, as you can see, back from the substation into the building where all of those first fix electrics have come. Let's stand on that. We're going for this here. We've got a brown and a green and a bit of almost a turquoise. And these are going to be patched in big panels. We're going to make it's kind of a modular design. And there are some sort of 3D elements, so the blocks will kind of stand out of the building. And it's really going to be quite funky. It's going to be very interesting. We've worked with the council on the colour scheme and the design. Their in-house planning officer was very, very helpful actually with the design. Really, really gave us lots of good input as to what they would find acceptable. And I think that's part of any planning process when you're going through it with the council, is to engage them and ask for their opinion and their help. There's no point in you throwing across all these random ideas that just won't work. Throw across some ideas, but then which one do you prefer? Are we going down the right route? And it helped feed into the input of the design for this building. It's going to be one of the biggest wraps in the UK on a residential building, and I'm very excited to turn this ugly duckling into something beautiful. Other people in the industry might say, if it looks like a duck and it sounds like a duck, it is a duck. Not the case. This is an ugly duckling and it's going to turn into a beautiful swan. So stay tuned, subscribe, and make sure you see that video. Let's go on inside. So mind your step here because it is a bit of rubble around. As I say, finishing the outside, this whole area will be completely tarmacked. So in about probably a month's time, the last thing that gets done on the building is you come outside. That's why the wrap's being left till last. We've had windows having to be refixed. We've had all of this paving area, and this was actually raised flower beds here that ran along the whole front of this building here. Now that was clearly there's quite a bit of damage where the drainage is coming in and out. You see there would have been drainage going through here up to the building. That all has to be repaired, and that's happened in several locations where the drains have had to go in and through the building. Quite disruptive work, quite damaging to the property, but it needs to be done to get major works in here and done. So that all needs to be made good. That's what the guys are working on today, is getting this all prepared and made to look nice and new. And then we'll be planting plants in it, and the plants will come up eventually when they mature up to about the the window level, again, helps break up the building. There's a big slab office at the moment. We're going to break up with the wrap to break up the windows, to show less windows, make it more residential in feel, colours, 3D feels, and soft landscaping. All the way down this side, I think we've got something like 7 or 8 trees, pleated trees that have long stems that go up to about this height, and then they branch out about as wide as one of those panels. So as you stand back from the building, it'll be broken up with soft landscaping and trees, making more of a 3D visualization. And the design for the wrap has been made to make the building look taller. It's a very long, slender building, and so we wanted to make it look taller and more attractive in its design. So, you know, the aesthetic that you're going to get at the end is going to be something quite different to what you see now, and I'm really excited myself to see it, to be perfectly honest. It's great seeing it on CGIs and things that we've done for our benefit, but nothing like seeing it in the flesh. These are kind of handy. Now, if anyone's building any developments, each one of these plugs on the ground floor, out of 44 apartments, we've put in car charger points. Now, these are great trickle charger points. They go into the main fuse board in each of these flats, so they can be isolated. They're of the right rating for electric car trickle charger. And of course, I'm in the parking, so what do? You come park your car here, you get a trickle charger out, and these will be lockable units, so people can't tap into your own power. And also when you leave, if you leave for the day, you can flick the switch off inside the apartment. It's up to you. Most people won't bother, and I don't think people can be stealing people's electric from your neighbour. It'd be a bit brutal and a bit blatant, wouldn't it? So those will be lockable in any event, but quite a good and quite a cheap way of installing, you know, electric car charge points in your development. So 22, half the flats of the 44 that we've got are fitted with these, and with electric cars coming in, trying to make the development as eco-friendly as possible, these kind of things really help. Follow me now, I'm going to take you around to the main entrance and we're going to whiz round. Follow me. Let's quickly show you this, guys, whilst I've got you, as we're walking past it. We've got the, what you'll find behind this mess is a load of generators. So this green matting is a very thick, heavy, dense matting material, and it's acoustic shielding for these generators. And we needed 2 big generators on site for a number of weeks for the winter months, whilst the electric was getting switched over from a temporary to the full main power that we're going to have now. As I said on another video I'll show you in a minute as well, the electricians are in livening up all the circuits today in all the flats one by one. So within the next couple of days, the whole site will be live on its final power, which is hugely exciting. From substation to actually finish, turn on the fuse board in each flat, incredible. But yeah, that's generators. You can see the size of them. I think there's 2 or maybe 3 in there, and those will go at several times of the day to, you know, keep power and lighting and heat in the building. Heat's been quite a big problem in this building because the nature of the time it was done over the winter. You've got you know, drying issues, temperature issues, so we've had lots of heaters on, we've had generators to run those. Really a key part of doing the development. You often get a lot of cracking, so unfortunately the decorators have to go around and recork areas at the end again, and that's just the nature of some of these builds. You know, they dry out, the wood shrinks a little bit and you get cracking, and that is part of it. You normally let that happen, and then you know, maybe even a few weeks after you've technically finished, go back and do another snag round before the units are sold. Usually as part of a warranty, you might even come back in for a 12-month defects warranty period, where you go around those apartments in that first 12 months and again recork issues. That's part of most contracts for new builds and usually forms part of the warranties that you get for a new build building. So it's important to know that and budget for it and make sure your contractor knows about it as well. Let's carry on to the front entrance. Just quickly before we duck into the building, show you some of the landscaping now. These were in very poor condition, some of the surrounding walls. I don't know if you remember, we might be able to cut some previous video if we've got it of the landscaping here. Just a load of bushes, like thorny, horrible bushes, not unkept. You know, it was an office, no one really kept it to a very good standard. So that's all been cleaned out. All the brickwork is repointed, damaged bricks redone. Now you can see the colour difference there because they're new bricks, of course, but we're going to paint this wall. This wall will actually be painted. Slightly higher maintenance requirement for painting a wall, but get good masonry paint, it shouldn't be too bad. And it also ties in the rest of the design, so when we finish the rest of the design with the wrap, it'll tie in really nicely to landscaping. We're going to have some trees, possibly the mini palm trees in this area, and then some other trees and shrubs down there to break up the building again. So again, using the soft landscaping to our advantage to break up the overall design. Right, we're inside the building. Looks a bit of a mess at the moment because we've got a bit of upheaval. Latest problem on site is building control officer at the last minute wanted another AOV. An AOV is an automatic opening vent. It's something that sits usually in the middle of a building to open in the event of a fire. When the fire alarm goes off, it sucks the smoke out of the most dangerous parts of the building. Now, somehow, somewhere along the line, that didn't get signed off by building control, and they wanted another one. We have them in two main areas. I think this is complete and utter total overkill. This is, Grenfell fallout, everyone absolutely covering their backsides, over-speccing stuff to the most nth degree. It's a 2-story building, and it's not a very tall one at that. You could jump out the window and you'd probably sprain an ankle, yet we need all these AOVs. I don't mind one or two, I accept that there needs to be adequate fire protection, absolutely want the safety of my tenants or my new owners to be paramount. However, this one I feel is overkill, but it is what it is. We've tried to push back on it by reinforcing the design that we had, and it hasn't worked. But yeah, essentially this opens up. These are big vents that swing round and sucks the sucks all the smoke out. So good for safety. Not good for the budget, but that's what contingency's for. We're not going to go upstairs today because a number of the flats, as I think I mentioned a moment ago, have been locked up, ready for the final snagging and cleaning. So we're not going to be able to get into those. It's very, very dark. There's no electric on the site today. So we're going to have a quick whip round and show you some of the main things that have gone in. Starting of which is the main balustrade. Now the construction of all of that's been done. It needs to be finished and decorated. But we've got glass balconies going on here, glass balustrade. All this is coming off. This is all just temporary at the moment. That'll all come off and go back on, and then all the carpet fitted. So it's going to be absolutely lovely. Now we'll see, if I'm going to swing you around, we've got a lot of protection on the site. Key when you get to this stage, so as you can see, all this protection around the walls is there for people that are carrying maybe long bits of wood up the stairs and they're bashing against the wall. Last thing you want is loads and loads of extra damage on a site. You're going to be painting and decorating twice. It can be a complete nightmare, mainly for the construction firm because they're going to be paying for it. It's in their contract. They're not going to charge us twice. So they make sure, and we reinforce it because we don't want problems later. We don't want delays. You don't want to be going around chasing your tail 5 times. So, protection on a site when you get nearer the finish is really, really important. One of the biggest things we want to protect are these lovely doors. We've got lovely, lovely, thick quality, I would say hotel grade doors gone in all over the property and on the front doors of all the apartments. Now this one, incidentally, has only just gone in literally within hours, so it's not protected yet, but it will very shortly be. We've not got a huge number of people on site today. We've probably got maybe 10 people. 3 or 4 of those are the flooring guys. Because you can't, let's just check this is dry. Yeah, we're okay to come in here. We can have a look in this one. As you can see here, the floor has been screeded. So if I can get you to hold back. You can see this has all been screeded. It's very, very smooth to the touch. Levelling screed compound done, ready for the flooring to go on. If there's any bumps and dimples in that flooring, the flooring contractors won't warranty the work. They won't probably fit it. So this was another cost is screeding. So it's a nice good surface for the flooring to adhere to. So yeah, this apartment is ready for flooring. Most of the apartments now are ready for flooring. All the protective stuff on all the things that matter. Let's go down this way because it's very noisy over there. Let's go and have a look at a few more apartments. But we've got all the doors on. These are where the, there's no handles on it. These are where the AOVs at the front of the building go. The automatic opening vents are behind there that open up, and the grills and things to suck all the smoke out of the building. This is actually one of the units that's sold. So this, you can see, talking about the protection, protective flooring down everywhere now, protecting things that have gone in. If you're talking in the bathrooms, so in here even, you've got protective film on absolutely everything, protective blue film on the fixtures and fittings. The shower head has got protective film on. Let's walk into one of the rooms. So it's an interesting little corner plot this. On the back plot, the one ugly side of this building's got the office park at that side. We've got a very high, I think about 3-metre fence in with a bit of trellis on top. We've got some big mature trees going along that one border. The other 3 borders, if I can swing you around, look more like this. Good fencing, good tree lines, good mature trees that looks a lot more attractive. So there's only one of 4 aspects has got a not particularly attractive view. We're addressing that with some very heavy boundary treatment to make it more attractive. So follow me around to the next flat. So as you can see in here, we've got flooring going down, lots of bits of flooring. It takes quite a while for the guys to get this flooring down. It's actually pieced, every little piece is glued down, so it can be quite intensive flooring work. As you can see in here, this has recently been done. I think we're okay to stand on it. Yeah, I mean, we're at the point of nearly finishing in here as well. So this is now flooring gone down. This flat will be, you know, we're quite dark, obviously no electrics today, I apologise for that. But again, yeah, keeping all the protective mechanism on all splashbacks and stuff. This will be protected probably today or tomorrow, and doors shut up for final finishing. So once the flooring's gone in, the decorators come back in and yeah, finish it off and lock the door, and we get ready to go. So let's carry on round. You can see these will be rooms that are finished now, doors shut, will be locked by the end of the day. Another one here that's finished. Again, all protective stuff over the flooring. This one actually had a new window put in, so there's a new window and window ledge in. This is the kind of state that the construction team leave it in, you know, and paint, there's paint all over it, look. And a builder's clean is a very, very in-depth clean where they come in and get paint off every fixture and fitting. It's a very, very time-consuming cleaning process, a real deep clean, the deepest clean you can imagine. At the back here, there's a lot of drainage going on, so it looks a bit of a state at the moment. We've got a nice low-level fence going in, and it's all going to be grassed and turfed at the back and seeded, which is going to look lovely. And this is a really nice outlook, actually. So as I was saying before, we've got one less attractive elevation here, which we're dealing with fencing and mature tree planting and shrubbery and stuff to break it up and hide it. But on the other aspects, we've got, you know, really gorgeous woodland to look out over. So we're really, really lucky. And we've priced the apartments on that side of the building cheaper than the other three aspects that have better outlook. So again, recognise that they're not as strong for the viewpoint, but they are lovely apartments nonetheless. And if you're on a bit more of a budget, they're the ones to go for, of course. I've stopped you in the middle of the corridor because this is where that AOV, that automatic opening vent that I showed you in the entrance as we came in, with the big louvered vents that suck out the smoke, that's going somewhere in here. Now, because it's last minute, look, you can see we've got finished walls, we've got skirting boards, it's all in, and what a pain in the bottom it is to go and put this in now, but we're gonna have to cut big holes here, and there's a shaft, so the other side of this is one of the apartments. We're gonna lose about 2 square meters of apartment for this shaft that's gonna go up the top of the building and the vents at the top. Yeah, very, very frustrating to find that so late in the day. With all the consultants in the world, some things get missed, and that's probably one of the only things that we've actually missed on this site. We've had plenty of problems, but nothing actually been missed, so annoying. We're on a live building site, so hence the noise. Let's go. Just found Luke buried away, our electrician, senior electrician here, powering up. Well, can you tell us what you're doing? You're powering up today, aren't you?
We are powering up flats one by one today, yeah.
So each
these
meter.
meters were only actually fitted this morning.
Were they? Wow.
Our side now, the consumer side.
Fantastic. So these were delivered by E.ON, electricity company. Now, we've had major issues getting electric in the building. These were on like massive backorder or something, weren't they? It took ages to come in, and this room was kind of waiting for these meters and waiting for this moment for a while. So
the guy only had 12 today. So
is that, oh really? So he's not even brought them all?
Tomorrow, yeah.
More tomorrow, okay, cool. But that's, you know, it's always important to be ahead of your services on a site. We ordered these services, obviously we had the substation going right at the beginning of the build, which is now over 12 months ago. And they're still delayed and coming in. So we're gonna let Luke get on with powering up. Thank you, mate, appreciate it.
No worries.
Good luck.
Cheers.
Get some lights back in the building. Thank you, sir. See you again. Let's carry on down here. So a bit of a whirlwind tour today. Not a huge amount to update you on. Probably over half the apartments now are kind of shut and locked, ready for final snagging, ready, you know, final cleaning. I wanted to show you the outside in particular today because it still looks fairly rubbish, but that's changing over the next month as the landscaping gets done, the walls starting to get painted, the wrap's going to go on. There's all that really impactful stuff happening right at the end, which is hugely exciting. And then we'll give you a final tour of pretty much most of the apartments at the end. We can open up a few of the doors and show the final finishes when that protective stuff comes off. So, you know, hope you've enjoyed following this massive commercial to resi scheme. Hopefully one of the biggest documented in the UK at the moment, 30,000 square feet. It's 44 apartments down here near Fleet in Hampshire. This is for one of my mentee clients. kind of JVing with them, sort of mentorship. One of the directors on the ownership company with them to make sure the team is directed properly, using all of my resources, all of my skills, all of my contacts, all of my knowledge to get this site delivered for them, make them some great money. And we've got a great product here, very, very high quality apartments, and groundbreaking building design that we're going to have at the end of it. So I hope you enjoy this journey. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified of the next one in this series. If you're following this construction, following this site, I want you to see the wrap, I want you to see the finished effect, I want you to see the finished product that we've been working so hard on for over 12 months now. So I look to see you on another video very soon. Take care, bye-bye.